Morning, it's currently 7:45 a.m. Me and Honey are on our way to Page and Kelly's in the Midlands, and our ETA is 11 o'clock, so we'll see you there. Percy and Neville get so excited to see us every time we come, especially Honey, although she'll only play with them for about 5 minutes, and then I think she just finds them to be annoying boys and she likes her own company, but the boys end up entertaining themselves anyway and playing with each other. I always feel like I'm staying in a hotel when I come up here because the girls set up some fresh towels at the end of the bed for me. So it took us 3 hours 15 to get here when, alright there Honey, she's getting comfy. Yeah, once we got here, we just kind of chilled for a bit. I ended up actually falling asleep on the sofa. So I have had a bit of a snooze. We just took the dogs for a little walk around the block and now Honey is going crazy. Honey, what are you doing? What are you doing? You messing up the bed? Shall I tell Auntie Paige and Auntie Kelly on you? Do you're such a good girl. So we just have Gordon Ramsay and Jamie Oliver cooking up a storm in the kitchen. For dinner, the girls cooked us a lovely corn meatball pasta in a tomato sauce, topped with cheese and some garlic bread on the side, and it was delicious. As you can tell by the portion sizes, we were pretty stuffed after this, so we just chilled, had a catch up and went to bed. This morning, me and Paige have brought the dogs to Buildwas Abbey. Here are the opening times, and it's either £2 for parking or free if you're a member of the English Heritage. This used to be a Cistercian monastery and it was founded in the 12th century, and as you can see there's quite a lot of the old structure still standing, although there are certain sections that have been deemed unsafe and are fenced off. As you walk around there are boards with pictures of what it used to look like and just general facts of who used to live there and what they used to do. This was actually really interesting just to soak up the history of the place. Paige ended up becoming my personal narrator and reading all the boards to me, which was really handy because it meant that I could get some videos and pictures and keep an eye on the dogs, which after leaving I didn't actually realise that the dogs should have been on leads, but there was no one around, we kept an eye on them and they didn't cause any problems. There was an area in the courtyard with planters where they could grow things such as medicine, foods, things to mask different smells and odours, and it's just quite interesting to see what they used to use back then in comparison to the sort of products we use now. I really loved this part of the Abbey. The architecture was so impressive and it just made me feel like I was walking around Hogwarts. After this, we drove about 2.5 miles up the road to Coalbrookdale. Me and Paige both had a chai latte from the furnace kitchen, and the dog shared an ice cream. You're enjoying that, honey? Paige waited outside with the dogs while I headed into the old furnace, which is the birthplace of the modern iron industry. I have been here before, so I took some pictures of the information board so that you guys could pause on each one and have a little read. Although I do recommend, if you are into this sort of stuff, then to visit Telford, as it is soaked in a lot of history, and they have a lot of different museums, including the Coalbrookdale Museum of Iron, which I didn't have a chance to visit on this trip as I didn't have time. But in the future I would like to come back to Telford and visit all of the museums. Depending on what direction you come from, you want to go down where that black car's just gone, which would take you into the car park. Once we had parked up, that's when we went to the furnace kitchen to get ourselves a drink and the dogs an ice cream. Then we walked up here. You can either go through that arched doorway, or you can go up to the road on the left and walk up that way. Either way, you'll end up going round in a circle. We walked a few minutes up the road until we reached this gate. We went through, and just to the left was an information board. We did the Loamhole Circular, which is the route with the red arrows. We walked across the field, and then we went right down some steps and into the forest where there was a stream running along the bottom. We ended up back down by the arched doorway. The dogs had a great time exploring, and we had a good catch up.
Oh, that's brilliant. We literally have just finished our walk, got back in the car, and it is absolutely started to chuck it down. Have a look at this. Absolutely hammering it down. We've just got back in time. Look, our tops have only just got a little bit wet. Poor Paige is going to be drowned.
We had such a lovely walk at Loamhole Dingle, but we were so lucky to miss this bad weather. Literally the minute we got back to the car it started raining. So yeah, I'm glad we missed this because it's absolutely pouring down.
So we've just finished our walk this morning. We've had a lovely time, and now we've come to Greenfield's farm shop, which we came to before. I think it was on Telford Part 2. So you'll have to pop over there and have a look what it was like inside. So Paige has just gone in to pick up some pudding, so you'll see what we got when she comes out. Here's Honey Bunny. We're all just waiting, aren't we? Boys, you waiting? They're actually being very good. Normally they have a little wine, don't they? You waiting for Auntie Paige? You waiting for Auntie Paige? She's coming, don't worry. And that's Percy and Never waiting for their mummy.
Once we got back and washed the dogs off, we had a pizza for lunch, which we definitely were in need of. And then after lunch, Paige made me some stickers for my van. For dinner we had sausage, mashed peas, onion gravy and some Yorkshire puddings. And then for pudding we had a homemade school cake that Paige picked up from the farm shop earlier today, and we had that with some vanilla custard, and this was 10 out of 10. Today me and Paige have brought the dogs to Bridge. And if you look here, this is where we were yesterday in Coldbrook Dale, where we visited the furnace and did a walk in Loamhole Dingle. So this is actually the first iron bridge to ever be built in the world, and it was completed in 1779 and opened to traffic in 1781. I really like this painting as it shows you what it would have looked like all them years ago. And I find it so impressive how much has changed around the area, but how the iron bridge still looks the same. And it's really interesting to see how much the tolls would have been to cross the bridge. I've just come into the Iron Bridge toll house to show you a little bit of what's in there. Isn't it crazy to think that we are walking under a bridge that was built nearly 250 years ago and it's still standing and going strong? Of course, when you're an iron bridge, it would be rude not to treat yourself to a cheeky little ice cream. And the dogs, of course. I've decided I'm going to have to start calling this the dog vlog, because it's basically just videos of the dogs getting ice creams and running around and enjoying themselves. We've come to Ely's where they make world famous pork pies, so we picked Kelly up one of them and I grabbed me and Paige a tomato, mozzarella and basil slice each for later. Kelly can vouch for these pork pies, they are her absolute favourites. We headed back to the car and then drove to Dale End Park. For such a small village, Ironbridge has so much to offer, such as different cafes, bookstores, antique shops. They have lots of pubs and restaurants, toy stores, fish and chip shops, a sweet shop. They also have a hotel and B&Bs. They've got lots of little gift shops, and they've also got Blister Hill Victorian Town, which is a little town that's set back in the Victorian time with paid actors who are all dressed up. So it's like stepping back in time. So at some point when I come back and do all the museums, I will also go there and show you what it's like. But just even driving down here, how beautiful does it look? You've got the river to the left and all the beautiful buildings on the right. It's just so stunning. And I am sorry if you guys get a little bit fed up with the Telford vlogs. Obviously where Paige and Kelly do live here and I am visiting quite a lot, we do tend to do a lot when I come down, but at least you guys will know Telford like the back of your hand. We came here so we could let the dogs off the leads to run around, be free and knacker themselves out a little bit. Although I think me and Paige ended up knackering ourselves out as well by throwing the ball for them and trying to keep them entertained. I think it's safe to say the dogs are absolutely knackered. So we headed home, gave them a bath, and then me and Paige sat down for our tomato, mozzarella and basil slices, which were really, really tasty. I added salt to the top but didn't need it in the end, so I sort of scraped it off. They were so delicious. I rate this a 10 out of 10. After lunch we came outside to put the stickers on the side of the van that Paige had made yesterday. I was so happy with how these turned out. We had jacket potatoes for dinner. We had two halves, one with cheese and beans and one with cheese and coleslaw. I feel like you can't go wrong with a good jacket potato and salad. And then after dinner we just chilled, watched some TV and went to bed. Today's our last day, so I've stripped the bed, and as you can see I've got two little helpers. Honey's laying on the bedding and Neville is laying on the quilt.
So it is our last day here. Me and Honey have come for a walk around the pond because Paige and Kelly are working today. So we're going to go for a walk and then we are going to head home. We've got a 3.5 hour drive. Honey, you okay? Hey.
I had already packed the van first thing this morning, so after this walk we just popped back to Paige and Kelly, said our goodbyes and then headed home. Hi guys, if you enjoyed this video please like and subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment below as to whether you prefer this video layout where I've added more days to make it longer, or whether you prefer the old style where I've got a video for each day. I want to apologise for how long this one has taken to come out, as I've had a lot going on with redecorating at home. My van's been in for an MOT and I haven't been very well. So yeah, I just want to apologise and say thank you for sticking with me. I have been on a trip this week and I'm in the middle of editing that as we speak. And then I've got a trip also booked in for the start of September. So I've got a lot more stuff coming your way. So I just want to say thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next adventure and I hope you found joy in the journey. Bye.
Don't look wonky as anything. I feel like I've just recorded that really. I love the bin in the video. So me and Honey have come for... Did you make Mummy's legs filthy? State of my legs. Eh? Excuse me, little missy. Is that over there? Not one. Walking around with a poo bag in you. Right, when we get alongside, that looks stupid now. Whoa. Oh, that was quite deep, wasn't it? She's coming, she's coming. Oh no!
Luckily it was slightly under a tree.
Tripping all like everywhere.
Washed my hair last night. Oh, at least we got the doggies in though.
Great boy. What you got all over your nose? He's covered in them. Why are you walking with your arms like that, by the way?
It lifts it off.
Oh, well, because it looks...
It's rubbing.
It looks really weird from behind. You look like you're walking with chicken arms. My boob's in the way. Hello.
It could have more butter, but for the sake of it could be slightly less.
The lighting in... No, picture. The video. The lighting in here is not very good at all.